That wacky Owen Wilson, huh? And what a barrel of laughs. Oh, well, you know, until a couple of months ago when he pulled out of one of Mr. Hollywood's movies because he decided to go on a tailspin of depression and drug abuse. Owen, listen, you have it so bad. Really? You make $20 million a picture, and somehow, even with that nose, you get laid, and you get laid a lot. And you have audiences accepting that a guy like you can wind up with Rachel McAdams. Mr. Hollywood's a little bit bitter. I had to recast with the poor man's Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, which I guess is about just as bad as getting Owen in the first place. Kidding. Mr. Hollywood has had his fair share of bombs, which led him to bouts of depression, alcohol abuse, ending up in the Betty Ford Clinic, which, by the way, is an excellent networking opportunity, but never tried to off myself. Suicide is the coward's way out. Second of all, this whole thing reeks of failure. If you're gonna try to off yourself like some puss on wheels, get it done. Because now you got qualified doctors running around trying to figure out what's going on in that squirrely head of yours when they could be trying to cure ball cancer or make some kind of form of super Viagra. Well, let's go back in time and check out what Mr. Hollywood would have missed if he would have offed himself, well, like Dr. Phil should have done. Let's start with my old friend Ice Cube. Now, back in the early 90s, Ice Cube was the most gangsta cat around. He was talking about killing, slanging dope, big butts, nappy dugouts. Oh, and let's not forget about white chicks that have no butt or chest. He was the original N-word with an attitude. Mr. H is not getting himself in trouble with the NAACP. Now, if Mr. H would have killed himself back in 1994, he wouldn't have seen Ice Cube go from that, well, to this. Now, who would have seen that coming? And if he would have killed himself, he wouldn't have been able to see the supposed-to-be gay kid banging Jessica Biel's big behind and had his head in between Cameron Diaz's big stems and tainting Britney's taint before it was tainted, if you can even remember that day. So yeah, you want to bring sexy back? I'm sure you do, you little bastard. And Mariah Carey, man, when she was younger, what did we think? There's the next Whitney Houston. When she got older, what did we think? There's the next Whitney Houston. On second thought, maybe that was expected. The world makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Who the hell would have thought I'd be rooting for this guy? To get custody of his kids because it's better for their welfare? God help us. And finally, people who wear clever shirts like Muck Fiami. Listen, if you don't have the balls to say fuck, then don't wear tough guy t-shirts that say Muck Fiami or Muck Fishigan. It's not so tough if you're scared to use the letters in their proper order. Now luck off and get me a fate. And get me a hit.